Hey, Robbie, good morning.
Good morning, Susan. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm happy to be here and extremely grateful that you have some time to interview with us and chat with us this morning.
Oh, I'm
Um,
excited to be able to talk to you. It's a great cause,
Thank
and
you.
I just think whatever time I can spend, I'm happy to do it.
Thank you. And I know you're preparing to go out of town. Um,
Yeah, I leave for London at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning.
oh my gosh. And you look beautiful. I love that. Love what you have on. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Global Society for Female Entrepreneurs and how um, has been a huge support for American Society of Community Benefits and the Giving Tuesday campaign, which we're in charge of. Um, so before I do that, I just want to say thank you. I just want to, I just want the viewers to see that what you've done is not just giving for Giving Tuesday, but you're giving. I think you're giving every day. You know, with the nonprofit that you have and just offering support any way possible.
Well, that's what
Thank you.
that's what I love. It's my passion to
Hmm.
see women step out of their comfort zone and go for their dreams. And I like being their cheerleader and letting them know that nothing is impossible. Whatever they want to do, it's at their fingertips. And to, not to listen to people saying it's a dumb idea, or
Hmm.
there are no dumb ideas. As you well know, Susan, it's all about timing. And the other thing is teaching them to ask.
Oh yeah.
Ask is a very powerful word. So we're a nonprofit 501c3. I formed it in 2017. And our mission is to empower, inspire, mentor, educate,
Hmm.
and connect women so they become successful entrepreneurs. And it just fills my heart when I see them stepping out and achieving their goals. And sometimes they'll say to me, "How did you know I could do that?" And I said, "I just knew."
I know. It's amazing. And I met you in 2016 or 2007. Yeah, 2017. Sorry. That was when my husband had already started dialysis, and things were not great for us at that time, mentally, physically, just everything in general was not great. And you were the first person that I met that I felt really empowered when I met you, and I thought, wow, if she can do it, I can too.
And
And
look
you're
what you
out there
did.
doing a lot of things. Yep.
Look what you did. I watched everything you did all that time. You never gave up. You
Nope.
just found one avenue and another avenue, and if one didn't work, you found another one till it all
Exactly.
worked. So
Yeah.
very proud of what you've accomplished.
Thank you. I mean, I think you were like the spark of that. For me, it was like I had nobody really to help me do whatever it was that I needed to do for him to find a kidney donor. And because you offered to write an article about us, I was like, wow, that's cool. You barely knew who I was and what my entire story, and what we needed, and what was the situation with kids and family. You had no idea, but you offered to help us, and you did. So thank you. Um,
Welcome. It's
and
my
basically, during those tough times, that's what created American Society of Community Benefits, at least the foundation of it. And it was to offer assistance to people every day, not just during the holidays. And this year we finally launched the nonprofit 2022. And I went with my biggest passion, and that was housing, quality housing. And we're serving the demographics of veterans, domestic abuse survivors, and youth aging out of foster care.
That's
So
great.
then I was like, how do we get ourselves noticed? We're new, we're just a brand new nonprofit. We need support, and we need bigger than just the local city or the town. And then I thought, I'm going to call, and I'll call Giving Tuesday. and see what we can do with Giving Tuesday. So I ended up calling, and we got interviewed, and American Society of Community Benefits actually became the campaign leader for this upcoming Giving Tuesday campaign that we have, which is called Giving Tuesday Inland Empire. And the major reason why we are a community leader is because we are helping more than just our own organization. We're helping all the other organizations that need help and are under our umbrella. And GSFE, not only is GSFE a supporter, but you're also one of the benefiting nonprofits in our campaign.
One of
So,
our famous sayings, besides showing up and ask, is we don't compete, we complete
yeah,
each other. So I
exactly.
think that the people that are out there that have nonprofits have to understand that when you come together as a group, you have more power. You can reach more people because you
Mm-hmm.
have your people and their people. And it just is we do a lot of things where we come together, and we really like doing that.
Exactly. And that's why I really enjoy being part of GSFE, and I'm a co-director of South Inland Empire Network, and I'm extremely grateful for the opportunities that GSFE has offered. And the opportunities there is just a matter of showing up, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So anyway, I kept getting a lot of questions about Giving Tuesday, so I put together a quick presentation, and I just want to show everyone. Anyway, Giving Tuesday, for those who are not familiar, is a global movement. And as you'll see all the little red hearts on the map, that's where all the campaigns are running. And I wanted to know, how do I get on a map of something like this in the United States? And as you'll see in California, there's only a handful of campaigns. So I thought, well, if I get ourselves on this map, people will find us, right? And I kept thinking, how will Robbie say to show up, right? so so I asked, I called them, I asked, I got interviewed, and I got on the map. This is why this was so exciting for me, and I was like, this is huge. I mean, I was telling my board members, we got on the map, we got on the map, and I was getting thumbs up, and I just don't know if they understood what this all meant, you know. So I wanted to make sure that I share this presentation with everyone. Being on this map means we are one of 400 community leaders running this campaign. And lately, I've seen other community leaders with their campaigns running, and I thought, oh, good, that's great, that's great. How can we help each other's campaign? So we've been corresponding, and we yesterday got mentioned by a campaign leader in Kenya, and I was like, wow, they chose us, and I think partly it was because I showed up at one of the community leader meetings, and we got mentioned. So I thought, well, show up. That's what Robbie said to do. So thank you, Robbie. I think of you every day.
I always
Everything.
say I always say showing up is like a treasure map. You never
Oh
know
yeah,
what treasure you're going to find.
yeah.
And every
Well,
time I show up, there's always
mhm,
treasure, not necessarily for me, but for one of my members.
yes. And that's the first thing I learned from you as well when we did that photo shoot. Show up, because it's like a treasure map, and I thought, I'll show up. I didn't know what to expect. So as a community partner, just like what you are, Robbie, to us, you are helping with some costs of the campaign. So thank you so much. Without your support, I just felt like I couldn't go forward. I mean, I have other organizations helping, but we do need a community partners to help us out and to help promote the event. Um, so for those who are still considering becoming community partner, it's not too late, because November 29th is our event date. But you could also be a community partner. And by becoming a community partner, you will be able to showcase your brand and your corporate image. And on this one day, which is Giving Tuesday, the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, this is where you have the opportunity to meet your customers. And by partnering with us, you actually have the marketing reach, which is global reach. And I'm just so ecstatic about that, because we're offering not just not just placement in the within the community, but we're global. So do we need vendors? Yes, we do. We still need vendors. Not too late to call and set up, or call and show up. And what do the vendors get? They get a space to sell their goods and services during the event from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. So at the community partner level is a $25 donation. You would get the exposure before and after the event, marketing on social media, flyers, and websites. And then $50 level, exposure before and after the event, marketing on social media, flyers, websites, e-magazine page. And at the $50 level, at the $100 level, you get the exposure before and after the event, marketing on social media, flyers, websites, e-magazine page, one-on-one interview, which is what Robbie and I are doing, and ad placements. So just a summary, vendors will be donating between $15 and $24, and then community partners are donating at least $25 and then $50 or $100 and or even more. What I recommend is at least $25 for every nonprofit that signed on with the campaign, so there will be a little bit of funds to go around. And I've been asked why, why am I doing this? Are you getting paid to be a campaign leader? And I mean, I think in the society which we live in, the first thing that might come to mind is money. How do I make it? How do I keep it? And how do I spend it, right? I think for a lot of people who shop, they just think of that. So my why is not just it. Well, we don't get paid for it. That's one. Okay, just wanted to clarify that. Why is because we want to be the community leader that will make a difference. And for the nonprofits that are signed on with us, that is the reason I keep pushing forward. And it's been so difficult. I mean, to put together an event takes a lot of time and effort, and without adequate support, just won't have a good turnout. So, what do you think is what's your why, Robbie? Why would you want to participate in Giving Tuesday?
Well, because I see when we give, it comes back in many ways.
Mm-hmm.
And like you, our nonprofit, nobody's paid. So whenever we get extra funds, it's always great to put back into our mission to be able to serve more women and help them and be there and have events where they get to know each other and collaborate. So it's a win-win. And, everybody can afford at least $25 to know that from your heart you've given to make a difference. And you're not only touching one life, you're touching many lives. And like you said, Giving Tuesday now is a global. We're global. We're dealing across the lines of, in London and Italy and Australia and all of the places. And I'm very excited about that, because it helps our members think globally, meet globally. 26 women from our network are going to London to get their honorary doctorate humanitarian degree. And then we have 31 going to Atlanta next year. So again, wherever they show up, they're going to meet and open more horizons than they ever dreamed of.
Yes. And that's important, So people could come up with excuses. Well, I say they're excuses if they're not actually reasons. I mean, I could have given up from the very beginning when I found out, oh my gosh, this costs a lot of money to just put together a nonprofit. But I found a way. I found a way to do it. And then, of course, afterwards, I had to assemble my board members. And I did what I knew to do, and that was to ask. And today we have 15 board members. So it's just getting started, going forward, and keep moving.
And right? Never give up.
That's true.
Never give up. There'll be good days and bad days, but you just keep going and know that. I always say, I'm not going to worry about it today because tomorrow I'm going to have something else to worry about. So just keep going, do the best you can. And that's kind of how I operate.
I know. And I love that. I love this graphic.
I love that. One of our members created that for me, and I just love it because it's so true. Yes. We're very different personalities, but in reality, we're there to ask and serve and make a difference and touch lives.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is what life is about. It's not about money.
No.
I don't think about money either. I think
Mm-hmm.
about how are we making the world a better place to live for all of us and our children coming up and our grandchildren. And
Mm-hmm.
together we can do that. And I think Giving Tuesday is a great example of showing people coming together
Yes.
and helping one another.
Yep. And of course, we get that visibility, um, because I mean, we feel like when we are in our own community, it's just us. But when we start reaching out, it's more than just us, you know. Just like I've reached out, and all of a sudden, I have a book getting published in Australia,
That's good.
out of all places. Wow, you know.
Doesn't
And
matter where it comes from as
oh
long as the
no,
book gets published, right?
exactly,
Because your
absolutely.
message, see, I believe everybody has a book in them,
Yep.
and their story could save somebody else's life, or somebody reading that
Mm-hmm.
story will say, oh my goodness, I'm not the only one going through that. And it'll
Right.
give them the power to keep going and know they're not alone. Like
Mm-hmm.
we did it's all about showing up in the powers in the asking book in 2021.
Yep.
It reached all countries with 46 authors. We're doing volume 2 because
Yes.
we've had such a great response. And we're going to do 87 co-authors in
Ooh,
that book because we're launching it on International Women's Day, March 8th, which is also my 87th birthday.
isn't that
We're going
amazing?
to have 87. We're already at 50 something. And while I'm in London, I'm going to announce it on the various stages at some of the galas
Uh-huh.
I'm going to, and get
Right.
some international co-authors in the book too. So we're excited about that.
That's awesome. I'm so excited because I'm in volume 2.
Yes, I know you are. And just think, and we're going to launch it at Lake Arrowhead at the Tudor
Oh,
House.
fun.
We're going up on the 7th, and John has a hotel up there. We're all going to stay,
Oh,
and then we're
wow.
going to launch it the next day there, live.
Nice. That'd be fun. I'll make sure to make that day available for, on my calendar, and I'll be there.
Good.
Thank you. And of course to celebrate your birthday too, right?
Yeah, but mostly celebrate International Women's Day because we are all international women.
Yes.
We bring knowledge to each other.
Mhm.
And I mean, when I go to London, you and I do a lot.
Oh,
But
I
let me
know.
tell you, when I go to London, like when I leave tomorrow and run into all my friends I met last year,
Mhm.
I come back thinking I don't do enough because
Oh my
those
God.
women are, I mean, they barely schools, they've got school buses, and they just do every day at something. And I thought, oh my God, Robbie, you got to go
Mhm.
back and do more.
No, no, Robbie, you're doing a lot. I mean, I think one day I was texting you at like 6 in the morning, and I didn't really expect a text back. I'm like, oh, she's awake.
I get calls sometimes at 2 in the morning, which I take.
Yes, especially from London, right?
Yeah, that's when they
Yeah.
usually call me, 2:30.
Oh my
But I
goodness.
take it
Yep.
and then I go back to sleep.
Yep. As long as you know it's not a spam call at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, it's not a spam. Yes.
I know. That's fun though. That's really great that you're helping a lot of people, not just. I mean, you're like a powerhouse. Everything you've done with heart. Just you've done with integrity. You've done with a lot of strength and passion. It's like,
Well,
how do we do that, Robbie?
well, I think it's from where I came from. I grew up
Mhm.
in 26 foster homes and I was
Oh
on my
wow!
own at 14.
Holy
And I
smoke!
remember in 1970, I think it was 75, I was working in Omaha, Nebraska, and I asked this woman to teach me
Mhm.
something because everything I've learned, I've strived to learn so I could get to the next level, and
Mhm.
especially in the corporate world. I ended up pretty much at the top positions when I left corporate to become an entrepreneur. But she looked at me and she said, I will not teach you or any woman. And that just, I was just shocked. And I said,
Mhm.
I would spend the rest of my life that whatever I learned, I'd share with women. And that's what I've been doing. I spent
Mhm.
29 years with NAFI as their global coordinator, and then they went a
Mhm.
whole nother direction. So
Yep.
that's why we have GSFE. They're not doing networks anymore.
Okay.
But it was a wonderful experience, and I met women from all over the United States. So that was great, and I learned a lot. I mean, every day I'm learning. Like just the other day when I found the three dots on Zoom, I was excited to save,
To save the chat.
to save the chat.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh. I
you
thought
know,
you knew about that.
yeah, I mean, I always say every day is a new day in the little red schoolhouse of life 101.
Wow.
As long
So,
as we're open
so you
and
grew up
don't,
in 27 foster homes?
yeah, I was in different
Oh,
ones. Yes.
wow. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just, wow. I couldn't believe.
One thing I've realized that I stress, your
Mhm.
past has nothing to do with your future. So people should never live in their past. They should
That's
just,
true.
you can't change the past. You did the best you can. So you just move on and take
Mm-hmm.
each day and live it totally. Don't put off. Like after we published that first book, because I went out to a lot of women in our group, after we made number one bestseller the first day and international the second, many of those that didn't come in the book said, "Oh my God, I was thinking about it. I should have." Well, we stop thinking, just take action.
Mm-hmm.
Like take action today and make a donation to
Yeah,
Giving Tuesday. Don't keep thinking about it. That's what
exactly.
happens. We keep thinking and we don't do. Let's start doing.
Yes, absolutely. And we do need it. We need. Well, for one thing, I'm like, I hope people show up to our event after all this time that we are putting in to create and implement. Doing all this
What
interviews.
you have to do is change the vision. I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited with all the people that are going to show up. I had
Oh,
a friend of mine,
thank
Jillian
you.
Larson, who was on Survivor, who said she wished she had read The Secret, the book The Secret, where everything is positive. Because she
Yes.
said when she was on the Survivor, she said, "I hope my team is going to be good." She
Mm,
should have said, "My team is going to be amazing," because
yes.
she, got off on the second thing, but she got a great experience, and that's why she does reality rally now in Temecula. So
Right.
always use powerful words. Don't use I. It make them instead of maybe, it will. Just
Mhm.
change your words. Very important.
That's good. I know. Mindset is like the seed that begins a lot of things. And it could get hard to could get difficult to keep positive, especially when I mean the level at which we are both operating on, it's like really intense, right? We have a lot of things happening. We have all kinds of projects and deadlines, and it's really tough to keep staying positive when we're asking people to do all kinds of things and they come up with excuses.
What
So
I do is I do a gratitude journal.
yeah.
And every day I look at something that was really great. So if something isn't doing great, then I had something great to look at that remind me that there is
Mhm.
greatness out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So what would you say to someone who wants to join the GSFE network or GSFE?
Well, first I'd say go to our website, Global Society for
Mm-hmm.
Female Entrepreneurs.org.
Mm-hmm.
Check out what we're doing.
Yeah.
Come to a meeting. We have everything for everybody. We meet virtual, we meet live.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting in January. We'll be starting the Lake Arrowhead GSFE. We'll be starting one in Philadelphia.
Oh
We
wow.
have one coming up in South Bay, California, and Marina Del Rey,
Wow.
and some others. And I'm sure when I come back we're doing two in England while I'm there. And I'm sure while I'm in England, I'm going to meet women from other
Mm-hmm.
countries. So I'm sure that's going to spark that. So there's something everywhere. I mean,
That's
there's no
amazing.
excuse. You don't have to even leave your home. We have, I think, four of our networks are. We have a couple that are called hybrid, where they're live and they're
Mm-hmm.
Zoom, and then we have the Zoom ones.
Yep.
So there's no reason why anybody can't belong. It doesn't matter where you live. We have different
Mm-hmm.
times. We have a Saturday morning one out of Canada. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, out of New York, and we have I think it's, I forget what day we have a
Thursday is Canada, I
in
think.
Canada for Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's all, we try to figure the time changes wherever people are. So there's something for everybody. And I believe that once they join, we're very different in that
Mm-hmm.
we're like a movement of women coming together, a sisterhood. We're not about just walk in and get your business card. We're
I
not that
know.
kind of a network. We're build the relationship, come
Mm-hmm.
together. We care about each other. I think that's the difference.
And you know what I call um, GSFE. I, I hope you. I, I was like, GSFE is like my secret society.
It is.
It's my secret society. Um, Now everybody knows my secret.
Yeah,
This is where we could actually come together and be who we are. You know, we don't have to hide. Like, we're still working for another company, and we're still trying to start a business. We bring us as we are, and
that's
then
right.
we grow as we become. Right?
We always must be our authentic self. We
Yeah.
don't need to be what we think other people want us to be. It's just like
Exactly.
I always say in the speaking world, speak your heart. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you speak from your heart, people feel it from the stage. If
Oh
you
yeah.
have everything canned, you can't switch it, because you've got this memorization. So I always say, know what you want to talk about, but speak from your heart. Let the people feel you.
Yeah. I have trouble memorizing. I mean,
Me
it
too.
must have been
When I did
5 years.
Sue Talk, it was the hardest 12 minutes I ever did.
Oh wow.
But I never gave up. I wanted to, but I kept hearing my own self say, "You cannot give
Mm-hmm.
up." And
Yes.
so, and it was a wonderful experience.
Mm-hmm. Well, one day I will do the Sioux Talk.
Good.
Thank you. That was an inspiration to me as well. And I added that to my to-do list. Or
Well, just let me know when you're ready, and I'll make the recommendation to
thank you.
Michelle
Maybe
Berquist.
maybe next year. Or I mean, I wouldn't say maybe. Let's put
No, you
that.
say next year I'm going to be prepared to do it. In fact, I even said at karaoke, I don't sing, but I promise Charmaine that next year I will sing. So I have to start practicing.
Okay,
Hey,
I'll be
one
your
number.
backup.
I mean, even if I do one number, I've completed that.
I can be your backup singer.
And you're going to be in a movie, and look at all the
Yeah.
girls that are in a movie because I showed up someplace and met the director.
Yeah.
So
I
see
forgot
how it
about that.
works. So show up at this Giving Tuesday. You don't know who's going to all be there, and they may meet just
Exactly.
the person that they've been wanting to meet.
Yep. I know.
I'm sorry I can't show up because I'm going to be in
Oh
London. It
no.
would be a
I
long
know.
way for me to come and show up, but
I know. I know.
I'll be there in spirit.
Yes. And Cara said she'll be streaming for us over there in London.
Oh, good.
Um, so if that's possible, great. You know,
Well, we'll all have our phones and we'll get them London people on it.
yeah, that'd be
Well,
fun.
what time will it be for us? Oh, she's going to stream the whole day.
I don't know when.
They're 8 hours ahead of us.
Mm, it could be bits and pieces. I mean, it doesn't have to be the whole time that we're at the event.
Yeah, be sure she strolls our banners so that we can show them there. Look,
Yes.
here we are. We're everywhere.
I'll make sure to take a video. I'll be there, so I'll make sure that your banner is shown. Yes, I'm really excited about Giving Tuesday, especially us being the community leader.
Well, I
And
think it's important. I think it's great that you stepped out and did this. It's
yeah,
great, and each year it's going to get easier because you're going to you're building your clientele that'll be part of it. So each year
hmm
they can add more people to it. So the first year is always the hardest,
oh yeah,
but it just ask the people to ask their people
yep.
because you can't do it alone.
Oh
It's a
no,
team effort.
it's a lot of work. Um, I want to show you the map again because I'm so excited. That's what I was talking about on Kindness Day. I said, we're on the map. This is what that means. That's why I was so excited. I was like, oh, we're on the map. Um, so yeah, that's us right there. The little blue heart. Giving Tuesday, Inland Empire, Menifee, California. So anyone that goes to the Giving Tuesday website, they could actually click on the link and it brings people to our Facebook page. So yeah, I just wanted to share that again because I was so excited. And I really love this graphic of you.
Yes, I love it too.
So is this going on your new book or where is this going?
I don't know. I sent it to
Oh.
Marcy. I'd like it on my business card. I just like it
Oh.
because the two words I'm really known for that is showing up and ask. I mean, I
Yes.
built that. And it's funny when I just did a talk
Uh-huh.
for one on the stage, all the speakers prior to me were talking about showing up and asking. So I can see that over the years, my word is really getting out there. People are picking it up.
I know. And it's, I mean, in a way, it's like, okay, it's a simple thing, right? You're going to show up and you ask.
Lynette LaRoche designed it for me. She's
Wow.
one of our members from the from the Central San Diego group.
Mm-hmm.
When we were on
Right.
the Hero, we just did a Hero thing for London, and she
Wow.
created this for me to put on the flyer, and I just love it.
I love it too. I was like, whoa, Robbie, you're so fashionable, and this is like, it's perfect. It's
You
perfect.
never know who you're going to meet.
That's true.
You
That is
always must
true.
be dressed, makeup on every day.
I
You
know,
never
right?
know.
That's true. That's what we were told. I've worked as a promotional model for a very long time, and one of my first modeling directors said, "Always look like a model. Always be ready for the camera." I'm like, okay.
Well, cameras aren't great for me, but
Me
I
too.
remember my daughter when we
Hmm.
lived up in Northern California one day, back there when women put their hair in curlers. I was tying a kerchief to go to the store, which was not very far from my house. And she said, "Where do you think you're going?" I said, "I'm going to go get milk." She said, "You're not leaving the house
Oh,
looking like that."
I
I said,
know.
"Nobody's going to see me." She said, "One of my friends might."
Oh my
So I
goodness.
always remembered that. And not maybe
Hmm.
3 years ago, I'm coming back from LA and I had to use the restroom. So I took an exit off the 210 and
Uh-huh.
I went to a Ralph's, one I'd never been to.
Uh-huh.
And I'm coming out and I hear this woman running around the store. Robbie Motter, is that you? And I thought,
Oh my
oh
goodness.
my God, my daughter was right.
That's funny. I actually had to do that when I went to the pageant in Georgia in June, and I had my makeup and hair done at 5:30 in the morning. I said, "How am I going to go get breakfast?" "Oh, you just go in curlers." I said, "Seriously? I've never done that. "Oh,
Yeah,
everybody does that here." I said, "Well," I'm thinking to myself, that doesn't mean I have to do that. But really, I didn't really have an option because we had to get on stage at around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock.
right.
It was something really early, and you know,
I
just
had a
went.
funny experience in London. I was rooming with Dr. McCauca when I was there last year, and
Uh-huh.
she in the morning she said, "Okay, let's go to breakfast." I said, "Well, give me a few minutes to get my clothes on." She said, "No, we go in pajamas."
Oh
I thought,
no.
I have never gone to breakfast in a
Yeah.
hotel in pajamas, so I just put a jacket on. But everybody was in pajamas down there, and I was
It's so funny. Did
that
they
was
look
the
at you like
first.
you're strange?
That was first. But I felt good that I had my jacket on, so it didn't
Yes.
look so obvious.
Hmm. That's funny. Uh, so what would you say to everybody, who's hesitant about Giving Tuesday or giving at all? I mean,
Well,
I'm
I
sure,
think that
you know.
it'll
Mhm.
be a great feeling for them to know that they are contributing to a great cause that's going to benefit a lot of people and let them continue the work that they're doing to serve others. And $25 isn't a lot of money. I mean, I know that everybody is going through tough times now. The
Yeah.
economy is not the greatest, but sometimes when you give, it comes back to you in other ways you never
Hmm.
realized. And I've heard many, many stories of that where somebody didn't have a lot, but they gave, and then the next thing you know, money came from somewhere or some opportunity came
Hmm.
from somewhere. So it's about sharing things with others that
Yeah.
make a difference in the world. It's all about peace and love and helping one another. I think that's going to make the world a better place. And
Hmm.
kindness is very important.
Yes. I mean, even if you're opening the door for the next person could open the door for the person after that person.
I always say thank you when somebody opens the door for me because it's such a rarity anymore. I would say, thank you. You just made my day.
I would open the door for you anytime, Robbie.
Thank you.
Anything for Robbie. So thank you so much. I was like, wow, Robbie. I when I ask you for something, it's not because, oh, she'll definitely say yes. I don't do that. I was asking because just to ask because. through the years, I know people. It for some people, asking is hard to do, um, but it's not just about asking for yourself; it's asking for others. So, what really prompted me to ask for a bunch of sponsors or for support was the idea that we are the campaign leader. We have to make this work. You know, if not for
Right.
us, then for others.
Yeah, it's for
Yeah.
the other people that think, one of the things that makes it easier for people that have a hard time asking,
Hmm.
because I'm always been a giver until one day somebody said
Yeah.
to me, Robbie, you get so much pleasure out of helping others. Oh my
Hmm.
God, it fills my heart. And they
Yep.
said, why are you being selfish and not letting us have that same feeling and helping you? And I thought, wow, I never looked at it that way. So, and the other thing is sometimes people don't ask because they are scared to get the no. So
Mm.
what I do a lot of times, even though I want that person to do what I need them to do, I'll say, you have so many connections. Maybe somebody can help me do this, this, and this.
Yep.
And a lot of times they come back, oh, I'll be happy to help you, but you haven't put them on the spot. So
Yeah,
rather than asking them direct, come in from another direction.
that's true. I never thought about that. And that makes sense, we're allowing others to help us, and that would make them, I mean, they would have the sense of fulfillment. That makes sense. I never thought about that. I just thought I just have to do a lot of things first and then ask.
No, but sometimes the path is the to get where you want to go is much faster with the ask.
Yes.
You show up, you meet somebody. Like I show up sometimes. I was recently at a red carpet, saw two great
Hmm.
entertainers walk up to me. They just met me and said, I need you to perform at our Christmas party. We don't pay
Wow.
you, but you'll meet a lot of people. They both
Hmm.
said yes.
That's awesome.
Now, had I not shown up, I would have met them. So,
I know.
and remember Leon, how amazing he is. That's how
Yes.
I met him. I showed up at a red carpet and he was performing, and
Yes.
everybody loves him. So he
He's
performs for us now. And same thing
he's great. He's great.
with Fleet. That's how I met him. I showed up at
Hmm.
something years and years ago.
Yep.
So you just got to know, and then just take action.
That's true. And Leon is actually performing for us that day.
Oh, he's fabulous. He is. He
Yes.
is a fabulous, and he's got a servant's heart. He loves
Hmm.
giving. You might even ask him for a sponsorship. He might do it.
Uh, well, he's a performer, so I asked him to. Well, I mean, giving his time is still giving, so you know, I didn't want to ask for too much.
Well, you're not giving him the opportunity. Remember, he might
That's
like to
true.
do that. He
I
has a
have to.
company, so
Yeah.
he just might be interested. You never know.
Mhm. Yeah, that's
All
true.
about the ASK.
Exactly. So I'll make sure to ask Leon. He'll be interviewing with me either. Well, sometime this week he'll be interviewing with
Well,
me.
when he sees your little chart, he might just trigger his mind because I know that he has a company he's trying to promote out
Mm,
there, so that might be good.
yeah.
He's a great guy.
He's doing a lot of things too, not
Yeah.
just. I guess in a way he's like a GSFE member.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him up to become one of our ambassadors. I haven't got to him yet. I've
Oh,
been too
maybe I
busy.
can bring that up to him.
Yeah, with
Hmm.
London, we have men ambassadors that support women, and he certainly supports women. So I'm gonna get to him on that.
That's wonderful. I'm going
Yeah,
to make sure to ask him later.
yeah.
Um, so I- what closing remarks do you have for us for Giving
Well,
Tuesday?
my first closing remark would be to take action, give a donation to Giving Tuesday.
Hmm.
Secondly, don't let anybody stop you from going for your dreams.
Yeah.
Just your dreams are your dreams, and there's always somebody around to help you make those dreams come true. Don't try to do everything alone.
Hmm.
Life is too lonely alone.
Oh, I know.
Look for where you want to go. Who's the person that you need to meet to help you make that happen, and reach out. Even if you don't know that person, you don't know. They may be somebody had to help them get where they are.
True.
So, it's all about the ASK. It is the most powerful word, I think. Show up and ask can move mountains. I
Mm.
believe that, and I live my life by that.
That's amazing. And you're going, I think, are you going to Barbados too next year?
I'm going to Barbados. Well, it was funny. I did a vision board, and
Uh-huh.
I put need more island things. And 3 days later, somebody called me. One
Wow.
of our members in Florida called me and said, "I'm doing this thing in Barbados. I'd love you to come and speak." I might also be going to. And I put Africa on my board. Then Dr.
Ooh.
Makaka told me she's doing a
Mm-hmm.
big event in March, and
Nice.
then she's also doing the Philippines. So who knows?
Wow.
That may be some other ventures on my journey. If it's meant to be, it will be.
Yes, that's
I'm just
true.
putting it out in the universe.
It's
It's
true.
really important when you put something in the universe, stand back because it's coming your way.
I know. And maybe be patient or no, not be patient.
You got to be patient because it may not happen. It maybe not happen this year, but then it can happen. And then you
Mm-hmm.
come back and you say, "Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, I remember. I asked for that." But it takes
Mm-hmm.
time. And you have
Yeah.
to build, keep thinking it, keep wishing it, keep wanting it. Nothing is impossible. If your
Yes.
mind can believe it, it's going to achieve it.
Oh, yes. I know. Just like how I thought about this nonprofit. It's at least since 2008, but 2017 was like a pivotal moment, you know. And I thought because we basically exhausted all the local charities for assistance.
Yeah, it's tough to get grants anymore. It's
Oh, I
really
know.
tough.
It
So the
is.
idea being you got to think outside the box and become global.
Yeah. And we
You
are
have to
global.
be, and actually,
Mm-hmm.
COVID did that for us because
Mm-hmm.
we ended up having to go on Zoom, and then all of a sudden we realized that we could be a global organization.
Yes.
And it's been a godsend because we've learned and we've met so many fabulous people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not grateful for COVID, but I'm grateful that it opened that opportunity for
Yep.
us.
I know. And it's amazing, just having that one thought, thinking it's possible, going somewhere and asking, showing up, asking, and be patient, right?
So today we're asking for people
Mm-hmm.
to make donations
Mm-hmm.
to this cause because it's going to help a lot of nonprofits. No
Yes.
matter how much you donate, it's going to
Mm-hmm.
make a difference. Everything, if just think if we had everybody in the world donate $1, look where we'd be,
I know.
right?
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Would be wonderful. So it's just about
Mm-hmm.
giving from your heart and soul,
Yes.
and know that the money will go to help good causes.
Yep. And I do have a flyer on our Facebook page, so hopefully people will show up. It's November 29,
People
Tuesday.
will show up,
Ah,
not hopefully. You
I
will show up because it will
People will
make a
show up. Robbie made that. That's the rule.
you will show up because you're going to meet people you never knew you were going to meet. You're going
That's
to be able to
true.
expose your business.
Yep.
You're going to help a great cause, and you're going to go home feeling wonderful that
Mm-hmm.
you didn't use an excuse.
Yes.
I've made this whole thing of all the excuses I've heard. Stop using excuses and take action.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's easy to fall into that trap of like, oh, what I hope.
Yeah,
I
some
hope.
days
No.
there are days I have 3 events in one day.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I want to come up with an excuse, but I
No.
don't,
You have
because
to show
my
up,
goal
Robbie.
is to always support those that support me. I
Yeah.
can't just have you support me and I'm not supporting you. It
Yeah.
doesn't work that way.
Exactly. I feel the same way. Well, we are looking forward to a huge turnout, right?
Good word.
On on Giving Tuesday, November 29th. So thank you so much, Robbie. I know you have a lot of things to do today to prepare for your flight early morning tomorrow.
One of them is to sit on a suitcase and get it closed.
Oh, great. I could probably help with that.
Oh, it's too much stuff. In London, they want colors for every gala.
Oh,
So I got 6 evening gowns going with me, plus all the stuff.
that's amazing. That's so much fun. Next year, I will have my passport, so I could travel with all of you.
Sounds good. Always have a passport handy. You never know when an opportunity is coming.
I know. We need to just be able to get up and go and do things, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Robbie. I'm so glad you were able to join us this morning.
Thank you
And
for the opportunity. And please,
thank you.
everybody, make a donation. It's a good cause, and it's going to Giving Tuesdays only once a year. And
Mhm.
it's last year we benefited by Giving Tuesday, and it was great. We were able to do some stuff with the money we got to help our women. And so when you're giving, you're going to help all the different groups that will benefit from it.
Yes.
It's not just one, it's many. So
Yeah.
the more generous you are, the more groups can be helped.
Thank you, Robbie. I'm so glad for you. Safe travels.
Thank you.
All right, we'll sign off now.